Welcome back to the Breaker Bros. And tonight we're going to have a bit of a live reaction to the draft tonight. So, has there been any big surprises for you today or tonight so far?
Not a huge surprise. I mean, the one thing that I've noticed is the running backs are going way higher than everybody thought they would.
Yeah.
But I mean, that seems in line with, you know, I've heard a lot of reports on there were only like, 15-ish first round graded players. So it makes sense to me that running backs would go early because I mean the running backs that went early were, highly graded, right? I mean, Bijan Robinson was talked about as one of the best running back prospects since Saquon, and then you got I can't think of his name. Jahmyr Gibbs, right?
Yeah.
Who was like a 4-3 guy who, incredibly elusive. I thought like, I was talking to my friends today and I was like, I'm not even sure that he's going to make it down to 28, So it's not a big surprise to me that
Right.
they went higher than maybe people were talking. But I mean, that's kind of the story, right? That and offensive linemen have gone early, which is, it makes me feel good about the Bengals signing Orlando Brown in free agency, right? Instead of
Yeah.
just waiting for the draft and hoping you can fix it, they just fixed it, right?
Right.
How about yourself?
Yeah. I would have to say the running backs. And then it seemed like a lot of, I guess, the players that like Bengals fans wanted us to pick. It seemed like they went kind of high too as well. Because that Wright, Darnell Wright, I think is his name. He went kind of early. But then I don't know if anyone really expected Bijan Robinson to go in the top 10. I mean, maybe like the top 15.
I kind of thought maybe because everybody was talking about how good he was, but then everybody's like, well, but running backs aren't that good, right?
Right, but both running backs in the top 15, that's kind of crazy. Like,
yeah, I'll admit that I'm surprised by that, but I thought for sure in the top 20. Well, not for sure. I thought maybe in the top 20 they would both go, but I was sure that Bijan Robinson was going to go top 15. You can check the tape on that.
Right. Yeah, no. You've always been pretty high on Bijan Robinson. So
Have I?
I think so. uh Kalijah Cansey just went to the Buccaneers. So he was on our big board. I kind of have a big board up of just kind of like a consensus. I mean, some of these picks may be a little bit of a reach. They're maybe more of like second round picks, or I guess high end second round picks that could make it in to the first round. But
yeah,
like Nolan Smith is still on the board, which is kind of surprising to me.
yeah. Do you have a list of like the top?
Yeah. So this is kind of like the big board I have right now of just like the consensus of what I've seen. So
Are you showing it or?
Yeah. No, I'm showing it right now. So like I'll go
cool.
through it though. So I have Nolan Smith, Miles Murphy, who are the edge rushers, and then Brian. Is it Breesy? Brzee. He's more of like an interior, maybe versatile lineman. And then we got like our tight ends. So Mayer, Kincaid, Washington, and then I would say Washington and Laporta are maybe more like second rounders, but then Laporta could be like one of those guys that makes it into the first round. That's kind of like that that linebacker that just went to the Lions. That I forget his name, Jack Campbell or something like that. But that was kind of
because they both are from Iowa, or
yeah. Like I don't think anyone projected him going in the first. Or at least not that we've seen, because I kind of remember.
I mean, nobody was projecting him that high, but it makes sense because Iowa's defense was ridiculously good last year. I mean, you don't get that good with a bunch of stiffs, right? You have to have some players.
Yeah. So. And then offensive line wise, we still have Anton Harrison, which I think he's probably going to be there. maybe the Ravens pick him up because they also need offensive help. But I feel like they may go with one of the corners that we still have on our big board. But we have Anton Harrison and then DeJuan Jones, who again probably more of a second round pick. But if there's another run on offensive lineman, then maybe we have to pick him at that point. And then I have a guard. I know that's kind of an underrated position, but I mean, at the end of the first, if he's a top talented guard, then why not, right? But that's Torrance, and then the DBs that we still have are Deontay Banks, Joey Porter Jr., Cam Smith, and then Brian Branch is a safety, possibly. Maybe he might be the best pick available towards the end of the draft. May not pick him, but I just put him in there because he's worth a first round talent.
Yeah. So who do you hope the Bengals pick at this point?
I've always been on the Washington bandwagon, but I feel like Mayer makes the most sense for the Bengals offense and the way they operate. So right now I'm still hoping for Mayer. I mean,
we really broke the bank on our big board there. Oh, they're what kind of software is that?
It's Word, I think.
Word?
No, that's not Word. It's Notepad or whatever.
Notepad. Nice.
Yeah. But I noticed as the draft went on, it's more and more projected that we're gonna get Mayer. Like he's there.
Yeah.
Even through the simulations. So
cool.
So that Will Levis talk seems like that might have been in like a smokescreen because it seemed like right before the draft there was like this big buzz that he was going to go in the top 5, top 10.
Yeah. I mean that he was a guy that the draft people liked, but yeah, I mean that's the thing. It's like everybody lies, So that was like to me the tell about the running backs is that everybody was being real quiet,
Yeah.
And I keep saying running backs. I can't take credit for thinking that Jahmyr Gibbs was going to be picked so high, but we'll just limit it to Bijan Robinson. I think that there was a lot of people feeding stories to the media being super quiet because they were all hoping to snag him. So, or at least the people picking early. Because I like I said, if he was available at 28, I would have been super excited about that. But
Yeah, no, it's crazy because, well, I think part of it is that we're looking at it through Bengals' point of view. So like maybe we're not going to value a certain position high because of the situation that we're in. But if
I think both of those players would have been awesome for the Bengals.
Who, Gibbs or Robinson?
Yeah, I mean game-breaking speed like that.
Yeah, I mean it goes to show you that like everyone values that. So like the thought that like because a lot of people thought realistically Gibbs was going to be there. Well, a few people said that potentially he could have been picked before, but I don't think anyone thought that the Lions were going to trade up and him get picked at 12. That seemed kind of a bit high. But I mean,
yeah,
it's the draft.
But it makes sense that the Lions would pick him because I mean, maybe they were more desperate because of, they let their lead running back go, and then they had one of their wide receivers suspended for that gambling stuff. So maybe they're just, they need to focus on playmakers, which makes me think. I wonder if the Lions are going to end up picking Jackson Smith, and are any of the wide receivers still left on the board?
Yeah.
So,
I don't think any of the receivers have been picked yet.
Yeah, so it makes sense that the Lions would need to pick a wide receiver as well. Because I mean, I'm saying that because I think that was one of the rumored spots for a tight end.
Yeah. I think the team I'm the most worried about is probably the Vikings.
The Vikings.
Yeah.
When do they pick?
They're like 24th or something like that.
Oh, okay.
23rd.
23rd. But to me, like if you trade your tight end, means that you think that maybe tight end isn't that valuable because they
Okay,
traded their
there
guy
you
in the
go.
middle of the season. Or they pick him?
Perfect timing. Yep. The Ohio State receiver was picked by Seattle.
Oh,
Yep. Perfect timing.
okay. Nice.
Oh, I guess big news. The Ravens re-signed Lamar
What?
Jackson. So that was kind of
Oh,
crazy.
really?
Yeah,
I
you
didn't know
didn't
that.
hear that?
No,
Yeah.
I was at baseball today.
Oh, okay, yeah. But it was 5 years. I think 255 million or something like that. It's the high. It's the most. It's a bit higher than Hertz.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. So then Burrow will be higher than that.
So wait, what pick are we on? 21.
Um,
Okay, so I just feel like we're in a position, kind of like what you said before. Like we're gonna get either Mayer, which seems to be the most ideal candidate, right? Or possibly a really good DB that just kind of fell to us.
yeah, I still think that when we're doing the mock drafts, the outcome I like the best is when the Bengals picked either, defensive interior is what we ended up with, but I could also see a defensive end. But to me, it's like maybe I mean, in an ideal world, you would trade down and get a defensive interior guy, and then pick the rest because it just seemed like there are a lot of names that I recognize. It seemed like they're going to be good players in like rounds 2 through 4. I feel like there are lots of guys that are really good. So it's like you want to get as many second, third, and fourth round picks as you can because I think there are a lot of good players in those rounds. Whereas, you know what I mean? Because everybody's talking about how there's all this depth in this draft. I think they mean like a lot of, day 2 depth as opposed to like first round pick level players. So are you running another mock
Yeah. I'm trying to.
simulator?
I'm trying to. This one doesn't give us Mayer. I don't know. I feel
Mhm.
like this is kind of like the area where maybe we can strike and trade up.
Yeah. Well, they can trade up now because we're not going to miss it.
Yeah, no. It's kind of like 50-50. When I do the sim, Mayer's there half the time, maybe a little bit over the half. But I just feel like there's so many like DBs right now. I feel like they're going to run on DBs soon. You would have to, you would think, because Deontay Banks, Porter Jr. Like Porter Jr. I thought he was going to be a top 15 pick. Like,
Yeah, there are lots of people talking about him being a top 15 pick, or at least in a lot of people. That happened a lot when we were doing our draft simulators, right? I mean, not like we're talking to anybody.
right? No.
I mean,
Well,
some AI
in just
bot told
projections, I
us.
mean, I try to keep track of like when they do mock drafts and stuff like that, like from like a national point of view.
hmm
And we still might have a shot at Nolan Smith, but it makes sense that like I heard the Ravens, like he would be a good fit for the Ravens. That makes sense.
hmm Well, I mean, yeah, it makes sense.
Let's see if we can do the hack. All right, I'm gonna refresh this. It
Okay.
seems that PFS loads it up before the broadcast, but let me see. No, no, it says the pick is in. Let's try it one more time. No. All right.
So the Ravens are on the clock now.
Yeah, the Ravens. Chargers. I wonder if they would go for a tight end. No?
Maybe.
To be honest, I'm not even sure what they would go for. I feel like a lineman, maybe Anton Harrison, but I don't know. I feel like the Chargers are very similar to the Bengals, where like we value our quarterback to where we want to give him toys. So like we're very invested.
Whoa!
What?
Why are they showing Will Levis?
Will Levis? Did someone trade up? Because the Chargers would not pick Will Levis. That'd be crazy.
Yeah, that'd be a little weird.
Let's see.
Maybe Will Levis was just stretching.
Receiver. TCU.
Oh, they got the guy from TCU?
Yeah, Quentin Johnston. Is he fast or something?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, Ravens. So, okay, I feel like the Ravens could possibly take a tackle. Maybe a DB.
Yeah. Let me what was the name of the guy? I'm going to make use of that PFF
Quentin Johnston.
Oh, there he is. Quentin Johnson. Pro draft guide profile. Let's look at that. Okay. So he's a size, speed, explosiveness freak. One of the most physically impressive wide receivers in recent memory.
So like Calvin Johnson.
I don't know if this says like Martavis Bryant.
The Steelers receiver?
Yeah, I think so.
Is he still in the league though?
I don't know. He's 6'3", 208.
But yeah, so pretty much, I mean, our board is wide open. Like, again, if you're watching and you're looking at the screen.
Yeah, I mean, all that money. Wait, let me try that again. All that money.
And about every player.
That we spent on our big board. I'm glad we're getting good use of it.
Hey, it's the content on the board that matters, not how much the board actually costs,
Okay.
It's old school. But I mean, So wait, it's pick 22, right?
Yeah.
I don't think they're gonna get a tight end, considering they drafted like 3 tight ends last year, and they still have
they don't need a tight end.
Well, yeah, they don't need a tight end, so you wouldn't think they take Mayer, but
the best player is a tight end.
Right.
Like their best receiver is a tight end. So
I think we can take the Ravens, who are on the clock right now, out of the equation.
I bet you they go wide receiver. I think this is like a run on wide receiver. What do you think?
I agree.
Wide
The receiver makes sense because they did re-sign Jackson. So
yeah,
and it doesn't sound like they're gonna get D-Hop. It sounds like he's going somewhere else. So it would make sense receiver. I'm hoping receiver. But I could see a defensive player in terms of either Nolan Smith or maybe like the best available defensive back, and they're whoever they have graded that way.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can spam refresh and.
Well, they're in a commercial break, so it must be someone's walking up the card gingerly.
Like there's no way.
I think the Ravens are going to go linebacker again.
Let's see.
Yeah, it's a big open thing. Like, what do they need?
They took Mayer.
They did?
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay. Say, okay.
That'd be funny if they did though. For real. Like, what? I was just kidding.
Maybe an edge rusher here. I mean, I just think maybe.
I think Nolan
defensive
Smith
line.
makes the most sense to me.
Yeah, I think something like that probably makes a ton of sense because.
Or a receiver. Again, receiver. Because
yeah, but I don't know how many receivers are left. Like first round graded type receivers.
that's true.
Let's see here.
Or they could go lineman again. Like they maybe they go for Anton Harrison here because I feel like they're
Jordan Addison got picked already, right? Or no?
they could go for that guard, that Torrance, because wasn't their guard re-signed somewhere else? Their starting guard that was actually pretty decent.
But they usually pick guards like mid round. They like mid round.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure their starting guard signed somewhere else, and I'm not even.
Yeah.
So like if they take that guard, the best available guard.
Yeah,
that would make a lot of sense too.
There are still two receivers with first round-ish grades, right?
Who's left?
Is Jordan Addison left? Jordan Addison and Zay Flowers? Okay.
Yeah, Zay Flowers. Yep.
So I could see one of those two guys maybe, but let's look at guards.
I bet one of those two players actually could go to the Vikings as well.
So the highest rated guard is Osiris Torrance. He's like ranked 30th on PFF's big board. Then you got Steve Avila, who's rated 42 on their big board. So I guess Osiris Torrance was rated the best guard.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. He's I could see them picking him.
Yeah. They got him 4th in 2021 and
it says the pick is in.
First. Okay. Any day now.
It's Zay Flowers.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Zay Flowers. It is a hack.
All right, well.
The PFF mock is the hack.
Okay. Well,
like, you spam it.
I don't feel dumb for suggesting wide receiver then.
It makes sense because they re-signed Jackson. They want to make him happy. They were apparently they were trying to get Hopkins, but it sounds like the Bills are closer to getting that. So the only crappy part, I don't know. I still see Dallas taking Kincaid. I don't know about New York. I don't know about the Bills. Zay Flowers, huh? But yeah, thank you. thank you, PFF mock. Whoever's updating that deserves a raise. Like, so yeah, I still got my big board over here. All right. This is perfect. You're right, though. Here you got the run of receivers.
Okay.
Now I guess we're due for the run of corners.
I don't know.
If we get the run of corners,
could the Vikings need a receiver too? Right? Because they got rid of what's his face?
They got rid of who? Oh,
guy.
yeah. I can see him getting that receiver. So
the guy that caught the ball like that.
So Flowers is left, right? No. Zay Flowers was just who's the other guy?
Jordan Addison.
Addison. Okay.
First.
So.
Oh. Yeah. Bang. Okay. Zay Flowers. Okay. So Minnesota, why are they picking so low? Didn't they have a not good season last year?
You like that? You like that?
Hold on, I want to see what the simulation. Oh, see, they keep giving the Bills Mayer though. That's what scares me when I do the simulation.
But they got Dawson Knox.
Like, I feel like the timing can't be like exact, right? Like, there's no way they're going every 10 minutes, right? Or maybe they do it every 10 minutes, but the production is just whenever it is. You know what I mean?
I think they try to slow it down. You know what I mean? Like they're trying to get their money's worth, so they have the picks take as long as possible.
Okay, so we're on pick 23. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 picks, and according to the big board, which hasn't changed the last 4 picks.
Well, it's such a big board.
Well, it felt like a lot of these picks would be gone already. Like Deontay Banks wasn't like Porter.
So there have been 3 corners picked, and I guess we were led to believe that Joey Porter Jr. was like the second, right? Because I think Witherspoon was the consensus best corner, right?
But I feel pretty good. I mean, like, okay, so I take Smith, I take Brzee, take Mayer, Kincaid, I take Washington.
I just feel like we need to look at our corners again.
The corners is Banks,
because they got
Porter, Smith. Or what do you see on your
Banks.
PFF?
Well, yeah, it has Banks as the 18th ranked guy.
Okay.
Porter is the 21st ranked.
Okay.
And then they have Forbes as the 26th ranked.
He's already picked. But what about Smith?
Right.
Cam Smith.
Cam Smith
is he like 30 something? Yeah, see, that's
so
fringe.
You know, I could so has Deontay Banks not been picked?
He has not been picked. That's what I'm saying. Okay, I think corners is probably gonna go on a run now.
Yeah. But you know, one of those corners would fit.
Let's see if we can do the PFF hack.
I mean, I think the Bengals would probably like the faster guy. They seem to be going for a lot of speed in the secondary. So, yeah, Joey Porter Jr. is kind of bigger. Well, taller. Banks is 6'1", 197, 435. Jeez. Why, you see something?
No, I'm like, I got the broadcast plugged into my ear because I'm watching off my phone, off of like YouTube TV.
Yeah.
And Lamar Jackson had text like 10 seconds before the pick was made. Zay Flowers.
Yeah.
But no, this is good. This should be interesting.
Yeah.
They're loading up on their offense apparently, so that's re-signed Jackson. So he's for sure going to be there.
But I mean, it's just so weird. They're just getting the band back together. Because I'm looking at Zay Flowers and they're like 5'9", fast. I'm like, haven't they done this before?
Well, okay, so like,
didn't they pick Hollywood Brown like at the end of the first round and he was super fast?
I think the problem is now that he's going to have all these options, he's gonna have to work through it, and that's gonna be like another progression thing for him. So like I don't see this next year being so like in theory, like if you have more weapons, right, it should be like boom, 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 but you still gotta process it.
No, but I'm saying, what more weapons?
Well, he's already got his tight ends.
Yeah,
and then,
he had those.
Right, and then now they added OBJ, Beckham Jr., which is, I'm not saying it's like the biggest threat, and then they just drafted Zay Flowers, another first-round draft pick.
Yeah, no, but doesn't it feel like the team when they had Marquise Brown? Like, didn't they have the exact same deal? Like
yeah, but they
Marquise
have a little
Brown,
bit
and
extra.
then they had no, who was their other receiver? Didn't they have that guy that Kansas City drafted? Can't think of his
Watson.
name. Yeah. I mean, isn't it the exact same wide receiver group? Like a speed slot guy and then a aging former speed number 1 receiver.
So apparently when
No,
when this says the pick is in, I can go to the NFL mock simulator and it'll already be in there.
Oh, sweet.
But wait.
We can be like Jason Lockenfora now.
I know we are the YouTube version of Jason Lockenfora.
Unless he's on YouTube, in which case.
Except we won't
he
get
would be-
political. You don't have to worry about that with us.
That's right.
We are I don't know what the right word is.
We like sports. Deportes. Come here for your sports takes.
All right. So who do we think Minnesota's going to pick? Actually, let me do the simulation, see what they think.
Okay.
Okay. They say Miles Murphy, edge rusher.
Yeah. I
So
could
why
see
wouldn't
an
you
edge
take
guy.
Nolan Smith? Like, to me, like, I don't know. Nolan Smith would be very tempting if he's there.
I mean, I have no problem with him taking pass rush. Defensive lineman
But
would not be a bad.
I honestly, I really do think Mayer is probably like really high on the Bengals board. And if I bring up our board,
Okay.
this is not, again, in any type of order other than
That's because you can't sort in notes, notepad, right? There's no
Well,
sort function.
that, and like when I was actually like making this list, I was doing it by positions, and then once I realized I had to like cut and paste and do all that stuff, I was like, you know what, it doesn't matter. We don't really need to assign
Oh,
a
pick
1
is
through.
in.
Pick is in. All right, let's do it.
Yeah. Simulate it.
Simulate it.
Simulate.
This is the hack.
Mm-hmm. You say hack?
Jordan Addison. There you go.
Oh, look at that.
Good call. See, the two viewers that's watching, if you were here 10 minutes ago, which I think one of you were,
2 of you for in for a treat.
yeah, it's just these two brains. Like when we put it together, we called that essentially. I feel like we called that. You literally. This might be worth a clip. You said, I think we're due for a run of receivers, right? And we literally got, what, 3 receivers in a row? 4 receivers in a row.
4 receivers
When you
in a
said
row.
that, we hit 4 receivers in a row. That's incredible.
Hmm.
Okay, so we're getting really close. We're getting really close.
It's almost time.
This is getting amazing. This is I mean, this is where I'm at. Like, this is where you trade up. Like, if you have to give like a little bit of extra, like a 6th-round pick just to get to 25th.
So you really want Mayer, I guess, is what you're saying.
Yeah,
Hmm.
because like he fits so many needs.
Yeah. But the thing is, there are so many good players in rounds 2, 3, and 4 that I wouldn't want to give up any of those picks.
No, I get that, but like the way I look at it is, if one of our top 3 receivers go down and you have Mayer in your back pocket, that's a relief.
Mhm.
But it's just the red zone capability, the block, it's just everything. He can
Mhm.
also block out from the backfield too. Maybe he may not be as effective as Washington, but He's
Yeah.
very versatile.
I guess Jordan Addison's going to take a pay cut going from USC to number 23rd pick in the NFL. But
Okay, so we are 4 picks away. It's almost like you think at some point we got to get a cornerback run, right?
yeah, I like corner here. Yeah,
I hear it.
mean because you have 2 really high. Well, not really high, but you have 2 corners and NFL Draft Tracker list corner as a need for Jacksonville. So if you were the Jaguars, okay, I'm going to call Joey Porter Jr. I think is going to be the next pick. I think that's where they go.
With the Giants?
What?
You said the Giants?
They traded.
Who traded?
No, I must be looking at it wrong. I was looking at the Jaguars, but the Giants are next.
I think they traded.
Yeah,
they
I can
did
see
trade.
the Giants.
They did trade. They just swapped one spot.
Oh, they flipped. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, okay. I thought I was going.
Is this
I
Mayer?
wasn't paying attention.
No.
No, I think it's the corner.
All right, let's do the PFF
But
hack.
why would they switch? Why would they switch spots?
It's because someone else is willing to trade up, right?
Like maybe they think the corners are equivalent. Maybe the next 2 picks are corners, which just seems weird. But I don't know.
Well, no, you would only switch spots like that because there's another team that was willing to trade with Jacksonville, right?
Maybe they're going offensive line.
It says they need receiver, center, linebacker, safety. And they say Jacksonville needs guard, center, edge.
Maybe they're going
DB.
safety. Has a safety been picked yet?
No, this could be the safety, but why?
Brian Branch?
Yeah, Brian Branch would be the best safety. He also made our big board.
Would that be the first player on the big board? I feel like with the big board,
No, a lot of the players that we thought were going to be there late in the round were picked early.
But I feel like
Darnell
what
Wright,
the big board is
Gibbs,
missing is
Vaness,
someone needs to
Forbes,
put a big title on there that
Yancey.
says big board. Oh, hey, the pick is in.
Pick
Ready
is
to
in.
hack it up.
Hack it up.
All right. So what did I say? Oh, we said the safety.
Okay, it's still not there. We got to hack it up again. We got to spam the hack.
Right. Keep spamming it.
Deontay Banks, there it goes. He's on our good call. But we both got it right. You said it's going to be a corner, and I said this is about the time for the run for corners. So Deontay Banks, there we go. So number 24.
Right. I feel like I can't take credit for that. I can't take credit for it because I said the safety.
Oh,
I talked myself into safety, even though I did. I might have said Banks. So do you think?
Oh my God.
Do you think Jacksonville goes Joey Porter Jr. then? Which seems weird. You know what I mean? Like you trade with someone, but like why would they? Unless you just called up the Giants and were like, "Hey, we're picking a corner." They're like, "Which one?" They're like, tell you what, send us a 6th-round pick and we'll let you pick whichever one you want." Did they say what they got in the trade?
Not yet. So if you're just joining us, we have a hack. If you're watching live broadcast, you're going to be a little bit behind, but Deontay Banks is the New York Giants pick. I mean, simulation-wise here, let me simulate this up. I mean, it's coming down. It's like we're either going to get, like, if you want more of like a polished receiver, then it feels like we're either going to get Dalton, Kincaid, or Mayer for like tight end. Edge rush, we got Murphy. Actually, let me go back to my big board. And Nolan Smith. Wait, is that right? Hold on. Did I miss something?
What, has Nolan Smith been picked and we just don't know it?
Oh, he was just picked? That's why. Oh, no. Never mind. I'm tripping. I did the simulation.
Been picked. And he had him picked?
Yeah. I was like, oh, he was picked. But no, it was just the simulation that picked him. Okay. Hold on. I got to refresh this. All right, let me do this again. All right. Yeah, so there's Nolan Smith and Miles Murphy.
Hmm.
And actually, they have in the simulation they have the Jags picking Porter Jr. I actually feel like this is right.
You feel like they
The simulation,
okay.
yeah, they got Porter,
if
Kincaid,
that
Smith.
happens, we could talk about it then. How weird that is. Because they traded with each other, you know?
That is weird. God, the
Nolan.
NFL Network is so behind PFF. PFF deserves a raise.
So Miles Murphy got picked ahead of Nolan Smith.
Yep.
Lucas Van Ness got picked ahead of Nolan Smith. And Will McDonald IV got picked ahead of Nolan Smith. But there's still 3 edge rushers with a first round grade according to PFF. You got Nolan Smith, Tyree Wilson, unless he's been picked. Did I miss that? No.
I don't think he. Actually, hold on. Yeah, he was picked 7th by Raiders.
What?
Yeah.
For reals?
For reals.
The Raiders, man.
Raiders always be doing that stuff.
I know. That's what I mean. It's like, we don't care what you think. We have a top 10 grade on him. So Tyree Wilson was a 28 rank. Okay, so the edge rushers with first round grades left are Nolan Smith and Felix Anudike Uzama. We used to have an Uzama. Maybe we get another one. I just don't understand why Nolan Smith is.
The fact that there's such a delay from like the broadcast, because are you watching it too?
40. Yeah.
And they still haven't announced the pick, right?
No, they just said Deontay Banks.
Okay, they just got it.
TV. Okay. Yeah. So the hack has been 100% so far, right?
Yeah.
It's
about 5 minutes. They must be there. Like.
No, I feel like because the NFL sends you to the PFF, they must be using like PFF software somehow.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like they must report it to them. They must enter it and do stuff to like post it on the draft tracker. And then their simulator must somehow grab that same data.
Bills moved up. What?
Bills traded up. Okay, they're gonna get a corner then, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Then they're gonna get Joey Porter Jr. No, that says they need wide receiver, defensive line, and linebacker.
All right, let's try the PFF hack.
Well, okay. So Jaguars trading. That's good.
Maybe they get
Jaguars are just
no. It could be a corner. This is they need a DB, so they take Porter.
Yeah. Yeah. The Jaguars still pick ahead of the Bengals. That's crazy. They've traded twice, but they've only gone down like 3 spots. It's masterful.
They must be collecting these like 5th and 6th round picks.
This is the draft to do it. There are tons of dudes I wish the Bengals could get that in the simulations we've been doing have been picked 5th round, 6th round. I mean, this seems like a good year to build your team out, you know.
Let me hit the hack one more time.
It does feel like right?
They picked
Because
Dalton
there's only
Kincaid.
did they
Dalton Kincaid to the New York. Wait,
the Buffalo Bills?
yeah, the Bills. Sorry. It says it's got the Bills logo, but underneath it's got in New York Giants. So
Oh,
it's
okay.
yeah.
So you gotta hack your hack.
Yeah.
It was a double hack.
Oh no, it's actually technically the Jags, but it was originally. It's kind of confusing, but it's technically the Jags. All right, so
I'm
it
confused.
doesn't matter. Bills take, yeah, because they jumped Dallas to get him because I think Dallas was rumored to take Kincaid, skip
Mhm.
Bayless.
Okay.
But that was always my assumption that Kincaid would actually get picked before
Dude,
Mayer
if the
because he's more
Bengals
of a
end up
receiver.
getting Nolan Smith, I would be fine with that instead of a tight end, right? Because that assumes that, okay, if Kincaid goes, then the Cowboys are probably going to pick Mayer, right?
They might trade back now.
Yeah.
Well, no. It says they could take a corner, running back,
Yeah.
linebacker, defensive interior. Maybe they take Nolan Smith.
God, that pass rush would be insane.
I mean, if you're just going BPA, I mean it's insane that Nolan
Yeah,
Smith
but I mean,
is
just
still
thinking about
there.
that defense. Remember how scary they were with Parsons? And then you put Nolan Smith on the other side?
So with 2 picks left, so that guarantees that we can either get Joey Porter Jr., Mayer, Smith, one of those 3, or Brzee, one of those 4.
Yeah.
I would be okay with any of those 4.
Okay.
I guess even Miles Murphy, he's technically a pretty decent edge rusher.
Yeah. What about tackles? Are there any tackles left? Because when we ran our poll,
Anton Harrison. I would put
when we
it.
ran our poll, only 2 people responded, and they both said tackle.
I think that's the guy that we picked actually, Anton Harrison, because he was the best one available based off the mock.
Yeah. Yeah. So maybe Anton Harrison or DeJuan Jones.
I could see the Jags taking the best available guard because it looks like they need interior offensive line, or possibly the best center.
Yeah,
This is
maybe
edge.
that's why they're trading down. Maybe that's why Jaguars are trading down. They're going to go for the guard.
I can still get a really good edge rusher either in Murphy and Smith, and then with Cowboys is kind of a puzzle because this is running back, which is probably no other running back worth taking in the first round.
Yeah, that's what I
Defensive
would think.
interior, I mean, Brzee would be the only one. I don't know about linebacker. Corner,
Well, how many
So-
linebackers have been picked so far?
see what this. There's
Jack
only-
Campbell. It's only linebackers.
yeah,
been
see, they
picked.
gave. I did the simulation, and Nolan Smith went to the Cowboys, and then Mayer went to Jags.
Yeah.
That would give us probably Joey Porter Jr., right?
I don't know. That would be the next best guy, but I just don't see it. I just don't see.
I always feel like I hear faint boos in the background whenever any team picks. But yeah, Dalton Kincaid, if you want more of a polished receiver, which basically everyone wants in the NFL, you go with Kincaid. That's why I always felt like he would go before Mayer. It just... People are obsessed with receivers. Or teams.
Well, if you don't have them, you need them. That's the one thing the Bengals don't need in the first round. I mean, I still think they need to take a slot. Dalton Kincaid. Oh, look, they got the Bengals hat in the background.
One that you're wearing?
Yeah.
Nice.
Look at that. They're trying to find a Bills hat. They're like, oh, we don't have Bills.
If I'm the Bengals, I trade up. We get Mayer.
If you were the Bengals, you would trade it up like 13 picks ago.
I know. You're right. You're exactly right. That's
Okay,
why I'm saying, like, when I say the Bengals are playing 5D chess, they really are. If they get Mayer,
Yeah.
they're playing 5D chess.
Okay, could you do me a favor though? Can you pull up the big board?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Do you have the technology to edit the big board? Could you maybe put like a title at the beginning of it, and maybe
What?
call it like big board, like hashtag big board?
Does that make you feel hold?
Yeah, I'm seeing it go in. Yeah, that's good. I like it. Can you make the font bigger though?
No.
Okay. Can you put space in between?
I could do a
Oh,
space.
center. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Center it, and then maybe a carriage return. Ooh, nice. You like it?
Are you still watching?
Yeah. Ooh, picked. Hashtag picked. Nice.
Boom.
Ooh, nice. Oh,
Let's see.
nice. I'm liking it.
We're there. All right. Technology.
Okay.
Let's go. I think I got to make it a little bit smaller, though.
Yeah, you gotta shrink it.
Yeah, because if not, you won't be able to see everything. All right, that should be fine. Perfect. All right. On the clock. The pick has to be in by now. I mean, shit.
I don't know.
Oh, now they're talking about Michael Mayer. Shut up. Stop talking about him.
What are you talking about, dude? We're gonna get Nolan Smith.
I mean, I'd be okay with Nolan Smith. I'm not going to lie. No, it doesn't fail. I got to wait until this says on the pick is in when the NFL.com says that the pick is in.
Mm-hmm.
I can go to the PFF simulator and it'll show the actual pick before the broadcast.
Minutes beforehand.
Like, we've counted. This is scientific. It's at least 4 minutes. Maybe 3. But it just tells me that when they say, oh, it's got to be this pick, and they get it exactly right, they know. They know. They're queuing in the highlights.
Know. Oh, yeah. I mean, that's like Chris Berman used to say, a cab driver told me.
Let's see. Pick in.
Nope, still on the clock.
Are we more nervous about the Cowboys or the Jags picking Mayer?
I'm not nervous. I found his Bills hat. I mean, because like if you look at players available, there are guys that we thought were going to be long gone by the time the Bengals were picking.
Yeah. After the Cowboys pick, I need to run and get more beer.
Okay.
Still says on the clock. That had to be more than 10 minutes.
Yeah. Maybe we should do a quick beer run now.
Well, no. We got to do the pick. The pick is in. So we know. We know. Oh my God, I don't want to know. It's not showing.
Torture.
Did they find out about the hack too? They're not.
Well, it
Mozzie
took
Smith.
What?
Defensive tackle, I guess. Defensive interior. Mozzie Smith from Michigan.
Dude, we're golden, dude.
We're golden.
We're gonna either
golden.
get Nolan Smith or Michael Mayer then,
Yeah,
right?
we're good. Or Porter Jr.
Yeah.
All right. Beer run.
Oh, I remember those guys. Okay. So Mozzie Smith, defensive interior. See where he's on the big board. Mozzie Smith. So he's 36 on the Pro Football Focus big board. 74th ranked defensive interior player. They compare him to Dontari Poe, which is pretty awesome player to get at pick 20. What was it? 26. So interesting. But I like Nolan Smith. This is going to be interesting, Bengals fans. Dang. Cowboys fans clapping in the crowd. You know, we learned something today. Oh, wait, he doesn't even have his headphones on yet.
What's going on?
I said we learned something today.
What's that?
My setup's more premium than yours because it takes me way less time to get a beer.
Oh, well, I had to use the restroom too, but
Oh,
I didn't want to say anything, but I just, I just want to make it known.
Mm.
But I will contest. Your setup is probably better, so I like the bar.
You mean concede?
I concede.
So far, the hack is working. So Mozzie Smith. So
I'd
who do you
say
think the
it's at
Jaguars are
least
gonna
2
pick?
minutes.
Do you
Solid
think
2
Jaguars
minutes.
get Joey Porter Jr.?
Yeah, I think they go.
What do you think? I bet you they go with that guard.
The
They're
guard makes the
trading
most sense to
down
me.
with the confidence of a team knowing
The
that
guard or
nobody
the
is
center
gonna-
makes the most sense to me
Yeah.
because it's showing that they need a lot of interior offensive line.
Mhm. Right. So, what would you rather have? Who would you rather have, Nolan Smith or
Actually, it
Mayer?
says Joey Porter Jr. is what PFF says.
They're
So,
gonna pick?
but it says they need edge too. So Nolan Smith would make a lot of sense. Like if you're going best pick available between guard, center, edge, and DB, Nolan Smith, right?
Yeah, I would think so.
Or you gotta let me know when it's pick is in.
It's on the clock still.
Dalton Kincaid to Buffalo. I mean, that makes sense because I was thinking they want more of a receiver type,
Yeah,
anyways.
Yeah, it makes sense because they have kind of the inline guy.
See what Bengals Twitter's saying right now.
people are probably going crazy over Michael Mayer.
I think people are, yeah, they're sensing it. Even Tyler Eifert made a post. That was actually
Tyler
53
Eifert.
minutes ago.
Really?
Yeah.
How would he know 53 minutes ago?
Because he's a genius.
Yeah.
Someone said Mayer definitely to Dallas. Not correct.
Joink.
Everyone's like, Mayer to Cowboys. Because I definitely think they were going to take Kincaid for sure. Cowboys.
I think so.
I mean, that's why the Bills drafted. They jumped him. Took their guy. Oh,
Right.
the pick is in. The pick is in. Oh, my God. All right. Pick is in. We might have to do this a few times, but all right. Most I had to refresh was 3. This is 2. All right. 3.
The suspense.
The suspense. 4. 4 refreshes.
I feel like you caught it pretty quick because on my side it still says on the clock.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe it's because like I'm in Dallas and like we're closer to the action.
Oh yeah. It's just the delay time of my side says pick is in now.
Okay.
So maybe the electrons have refilled
Anton Harrison. Okay.
Anton Harrison.
Anton Harrison. They picked a tackle.
Okay, that makes sense. We were talking offensive line. Interesting.
So
Nolan
with
Smith
the 27th pick.
Or Michael Mayer.
Yep. So we Nolan Smith and Michael Mayer. Holy shit. Holy shit. You know what's scary? If we do take Mayer, what if Nolan Smith goes to the Chiefs?
I don't know. I feel like there's a fight going on now where I think
Do we trade down?
no.
Okay. So here we go.
I mean, if you told me at the beginning of draft season we could pick either Nolan Smith or Michael Mayer, I would have taken that.
All right. So our big board right now, we have Nolan Smith, Mayer, and Porter, and probably Brzee.
Mm-hmm.
That's like the top 4 right there. So, I mean, we're going to know first. We're going to know first.
We're going to know first.
Oh, my God.
Unless they break the hack right when you need it most.
All right. Hold on. Okay. Bengals on the clock.
You know, I just feel like it's such. I mean, I would be shocked if the Bengals took Nolan Smith, even though I think that's probably the right move. I just don't see any way the Bengals don't pick Michael Mayer. I just don't.
Yeah.
This is
They knew. I'm telling you, they knew he was going to drop.
It fits everything the Bengals like, right? They like tight ends from Notre Dame. They like picking people from Cincinnati. It just kind of merges together. Did you see Michael Mayer's Chipotle order?
Like so many people didn't think this was gonna happen.
Yeah. Yeah, but you're right. What if the Chiefs get Nolan Smith? I don't like that idea. The Eagles already picked a edge rusher, didn't they? Or did they pick a defensive tackle?
Oh my god. The pick is in. The pick is in. The pick is in. The pick is in.
Okay. Pick is in.
Miles Murphy? What? We picked Miles Murphy. Like literally no one picked that.
Wait, isn't he on your big board?
He is on my big board. But that I was assuming that would be because like Nolan Smith, Mayer, all those people were gone. Miles Murphy. He's Clemson though. I mean,
Yeah. Interesting. Well, we didn't pick that one. What's your initial thoughts here?
I mean, he must be really good. Is the only thing I can think of.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm feeling like I'm not upset. I'm just confused because I don't know much about Miles Murphy. That's probably like the biggest thing. So I gotta go to the.
I want to see the highlights.
Yeah, I'm going to the Pro Football Focus. I want them to say that he's like,
But I mean, it fits in line with same thing as corner or anything like that. Is that eventually when we get ready to re-sign some of these defensive ends, like we're not gonna want to pay him this 15 to 17 million,
Yeah. No, I mean it fits from that standpoint.
Wow, I this is interesting because like again, I don't think he was on anyone's really like radar, and if he was,
okay,
it would have been because like certain people weren't on the board,
He's ranked 17th in the Pro Football Focus.
Yeah,
board.
yeah, no, he's
So,
first round talent.
Okay, 6'5".
Yeah,
Bengals used to like tall defensive ends. They used to be their jam, right? Because they needed guys tall enough to tackle Ben Roethlisberger, but it's not their problem anymore. I do like the idea of getting an edge rusher. They say he's like Rashawn Gary. He's a good player.
obviously, if it was up to me, it would be Mayer. But I've always, if it was something different than what I thought, I like with the track record of the Bengals the last 3 or 4 years, like I definitely feel like they know more than what I could ever know. So when it comes to evaluating talent, so I mean, edge is very similar to corner to me. Like if you have someone that you think they can start in a few years, then it's worth it. Because I mean that pretty much tells me that it's either one of the two's gone, right? Between was it Hubbard and shit, I can't think of our other our best defensive end. Can't think of his name, but that's basically what that suggests is that But it makes sense because between them two, we're spending a lot of money. Because at some point, we're not going to be able to re-sign all of our defensive line starters right now. So like, I'd rather keep the majority of the money to Reader, and then keep one of the defensive ends on a rookie contract, and then you re-sign the best defensive end when it comes. Because I think both of the contracts are up around the same time.
Yeah. Do you think it's weird? Okay, so I'm reading the details on Miles Murphy, right? And it's like their review on him is that when he was a freshman, he was awesome, and he regressed, right? It's like the exact same thing that happened with Brian Brzee, right? And you wonder if it's because their defensive coordinator left, right, last year. So maybe it's like kind of like a buy low scenario.
Yeah, no,
I mean, him and Brzee, I think, were like, after their freshman year, both were like talked about like they're going to be top 10 picks, right?
I don't know. It kind of makes me feel like that. Same thing with Bates. Like, we're just preparing for, because you got to get a lot of these premier positions on rookie contracts if we're going to keep Burrow, Higgins, and Chase long term. So,
well, but you just need edge rushers. You just need them.
Yeah, I mean, if they obviously think highly of him, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it wouldn't be my pick, but the fact that they did it, they obviously saw something, and because they saw something, I'm interested.
Yeah, I mean, we were on for Nolan Smith.
Yeah.
It's really not that different of a pick. Just that, Nolan Smith ran like a 4.340.
Well, this just tells
so
me he's got more tools than Nolan Smith, because I mean, you can't teach speed, right? Well, yeah.
Well, clearly they think he's better.
Well, yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, he's got more in the bucket, or like he's got more in his arsenal than just speed.
Mm-hmm.
And that's probably why Nolan Smith has dropped so far, is because, like, if you're just a one-trick pony, then maybe that's a little bit easier to defend. But that could be a direct response to, I guess, the other teams in the division as well having really strong.
The Saints pick is in. Do you think they're getting Mayer?
Probably.
Or what if the Bengals get Mayer in the second round?
They trade back up. What if they trade back in the first to get Mayer? Oh, look, Brzee.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Saints take Brzee.
Okay. Well, I wasn't far off.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Wow. Maybe Nolan Smith will go to Kansas City.
Great.
Wow. You think Mayer is going to fall into the second round? It looks like he might.
I think so.
Dang, it looks like the Lions could possibly take him at 34. That's interesting, because you were worried about the Lions at 17, so that would be extreme value. What's going on with Levis, the Kentucky quarterback? Honestly, that seems like the biggest smokescreen. Actually, if anything, maybe it could be one of those scenarios where Kansas City trades back out of the first and someone trades back in to get him, possibly.
Well, who needs a quarterback still?
Here, let me see. Possibly LA Rams.
Is Levis at the draft?
He is.
Oh, he's going to be like Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah. Even worse.
So
especially
Panthers,
if he's got
Texans, Colts, all pick quarterbacks.
Rams. Maybe Raiders could trade back up.
Yeah.
Honestly, the Raiders would make more sense than the Rams, I feel like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Did the Titans pick quarterback? Hold on.
I think you're right. I missed that. No.
No, they took a tackle. So maybe the Titans
Yeah.
could trade back up. So there's still like 3 or 4 teams that could probably trade back up into the first to grab a quarterback, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Because the teams that are in front of them I don't think they'll really need a quarterback. Colts don't need a quarterback anymore, so that's not right. Yeah, if you're LA, you can just stay. If you're the Rams, you can just stay put. It would be the Raiders or Titans that would have to trade up.
Yeah.
I don't know. This pick feels a lot like last year, though, where like we're not really going to feel the value of the pick until like a year or two later, because we're just kind of like preparing for the future.
I think he'll play a lot more than what's his face played this year.
Osai?
No, who was our first round pick last year was a safety, right?
Oh yeah. I see what
Just
you're
because
saying.
you have to rotate pass rushers anyway, you know.
No, I'm with you. Like you can never have too many premier pass rushers or lockdown corners or really good receivers. You can't. You want as many of those in that position, right? So like,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're gonna have a pretty nasty rotation with the 4 that we have right now.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like Hubbard is kind of more of like the bookend defensive end, where like he kind of like he's more of a run stopper. But I see Miles Murphy is more of like a pass rusher too. So like, I think that's where he's gonna pick up the slack, where you don't just have Osai spelling one side; you can have 2 people spelling each side.
Yeah.
So it's just gonna feel like we're attacking people more. So it makes sense, because at long term, again, like we're not going to be able to
Well,
keep
I mean, yeah.
Hubbard in or both of our defensive ends. So
You still can't think of his name?
no, I can't.
I can't either. I can't either.
Hendrickson, that's what it is.
Yeah, Trey Hendrickson. Somebody tell us?
No, it just
It
snapped.
just came to you?
Yeah, I could think of his big smile, getting a sack or something. I don't know. I mean, watching that Murphy's like film, like it seems like he's got like a really good like hands, like violent hands.
Violent hands.
That's what they call it. I don't know. Like, I mean, obviously they were just highlights what they showed, but like when he stuck his hand out, it seemed like he pushed off the offensive lineman, and they kind of got like stuttered. So
Mm-hmm.
it's the Eagles. Yeah. So that Levis was probably the biggest smokescreen.
Yeah.
But I can still see someone trading back into the first to get the quarterback, because there's value in that.
Yeah.
Because if you get a
Get that
quarterback in
extra year.
it's the 5th-year option. So
Yeah.
I can kind of see where the Chiefs would trade out, because there's so many good players still left.
Yeah. Do you know what the second round order is?
The second round order,
Mm-hmm.
it goes Steelers with the 32nd pick, Cardinals with the 33rd, Lions with the 34th, Colts with the 35th, Rams
Wow.
with the
None of those
36th.
teams need quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Maybe the Rams.
Well,
but, I mean,
Rams,
they
but
really can't.
if I'm the Rams, you could stay put, because all the teams in front of them don't need it, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's the Raiders who are at 38 who would trade up
Yeah. 7 picks. That's a lot of picks to drop down, though.
to go up, go from 38 to 31.
Well, it's a lot to go from 31 to 38. right? Like ideally, you're like, oh, we have a list of 3 guys, so we'll go back 2 and we'll get one of the 3, right? It's hard to have a list of like 8 guys, you know?
Joey Porter Jr. is out there. Yeah, no, that's probably one of the bigger surprises actually that he's still out there. Because
Yeah.
I thought he was like a consensus like top 15 pick, or that's what it felt like to me.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, I mean that's what everybody's saying.
Oh, there he goes, Nolan Smith with the Eagles.
Ah, good.
All right, so this to me would be the position where someone would trade in to get back into the first. But at least Nolan Smith didn't go to the Chiefs.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But then they're probably going to just pick Joey Porter Jr. then, right?
It says they need wide receiver or defensive line, but yeah, I mean at this point they're probably gonna. Why not?
Just for fun, let's look at
Because
what'd you
if
say
they
again?
don't pick him, the Chiefs
Defensive
or whoever trades
line?
up, I feel like the Steelers are gonna take him, right? Porter.
Who? Oh, yeah, of course. That makes sense. Yeah, so all the defensive interior guys through 40. So there's Keanu Benton, who's ranked 58 on PFF, and Kobe Turner, who's 79. So really only one second round graded guy.
So disappointed in your Vikes. That was the guy you was hoping for. Wait, who did the Vikings take? Oh, Addison, the
Yeah,
USC
Jordan
guy.
Addison.
I honestly, I feel like Bengals fans probably feel the same, the same way that you're feeling, because like no one really thought Murphy would be our pick. So like we're kind of like
No.
what?
But to be fair, only because like I don't know how many mock drafts we did. He was never available
Yeah,
in one of the mock drafts we did. You know, he always went way ahead of well, not way ahead, but it always seemed like he went ahead. Because
right.
even remember. That's why I was surprised because I didn't recognize his name. You know.
Well,
Wait, is that Dude Perfect?
who?
Dude Perfect is on the broadcast.
Wait, why are they doing the Eagles though?
Well, it's the Chiefs, or no, it is the Eagles. I don't understand.
But they're in Dallas though. That's the thing. Okay. I think the pick is in. It just says on the clock. Oh, I was early. Okay. Because Eagles is interesting because the first pick that they got was the other defensive tackle for. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, they got the red. That's right. That's the third. No, they have 4 Georgia Bulldog starters, right?
Well, they went to the Super Bowl last year, so it seems smart.
Well, they have 3 defensive linemen and I think the 1 linebacker. That's interesting. That might actually work. Like that might work. Cause like you could just take a lot of starters from Georgia or like Alabama, and they could potentially make an NFL team. So like,
yeah.
but yeah, at least he didn't go to the Chiefs. That's the main thing.
Yeah. Number 2 recruit in 2019.
Who, Nolan Smith?
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's what you're talking about. ESPN has it now. They have Jordan Davis, Nakobe Dean, Jalen Carter. All right, Dave. You think that the Chiefs are going to trade down?
I think the Chiefs are going to trade down.
I don't think they're going to trade down. I don't think
I do
anybody-
because
I don't think there's
the
anybody to
value of
trade with.
quarterback is so high.
Okay. Maybe.
Eagles fans must stop Mahomes. Honestly, every other team probably feels that way too. Like if you're in Super
Yeah.
Bowl contention, that could be the reason why we picked Murphy too. Like,
Yeah, absolutely.
wow, yeah, I'm so interested to see like how people react to this. Actually, let me go on Twitter now. I'm sure people are like, "What?" He's 21 years old, so he's young. Murphy.
Who? Mm.
His RAS was 9.71, which is pretty good. Some people are mad.
Oh, really?
Some people, but
Some people. I feel like if everybody likes the pick, that's a bad sign.
yeah.
Unless it's Joe
Well,
Burrow.
but the thing is that like when they draft Joe Burrow, then T. Higgins, and then Wilson, and I remember when they picked Wilson. I mean, don't get me wrong; they also picked Sample. I mean, to be fair, they did that, but
Hey, tight ends take time to develop.
I'm not
give
saying
up
that,
on
but it
Drew
was a bit of a
Sample. He was
reach.
signed.
It's all I'm saying. But the point I'm trying to make with Wilson was that people thought that was a reach at the time, but that ended up being a very valuable pick, right? But like, the point I'm trying to make really ultimately is that they definitely know more than like the average fan. So like,
Who's by they?
as in the Bengals. So
You think the Bengals organization knows more than the average fan?
I would like to think so. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say that 10 years ago, but I feel like now.
Hot take, man. Hot take.
I mean, their track record has been really good the last 3 to 4 years. If you just look at the offseason, so it's like it's hard to go against them. But that was always my thing. Was like if it was anything different than what I expected, I would just fall that they just know more than what we do. Plus, like again, to your point about like picking like an offensive lineman early, like we don't really develop them that well anyway. So like that would have been a wasted pick. So like we picked a guy that's probably gonna produce like he's gonna play more than the rookie last year, Dax Hill.
I tell you what, like I just have so much confidence in. I'm just trying to think of like a major move that they made on defense since this group has been in charge that didn't work.
See, David says, what do you think about Gonzalez being picked after Forbes? Forbes is going to be physically dominated by NFL receivers. I think Forbes just had, more playmaking ability. Because from what I understood, he had 6 pick sixes in his college career, which is pretty damn good, I would say. So I think maybe NFL teams fall in love with the big play making ability. But I mean, it's hard to say for me because I think a lot of people assume that I guess Forbes would be there towards the end of the draft. But then I guess more towards today, I guess when the draft was actually going to happen.
Yeah.
It seemed like he did start to get a lot of buzz, Forbes. Like it seemed like his name caught fire towards as it got closer to the draft.
But he ran he is light, but he ran a 4.35 40.
4.35, yeah. 166
Yeah.
pounds. Yeah, I don't know.
He's got a good run defense grade too, though. Like I think he's just one of those wiry, strong guys.
Yeah.
And I think that, you know, I just think that NFL teams think that he can add weight.
Well, I think.
But I don't know. I mean, you play corner. It's not. If there was one position to be a little bit skinny at that you can get away with, I think it'd be corner. I mean, the Bengals had Kirkpatrick, and he was real skinny, and he played.
Oh,
He was pretty durable.
Chiefs
What?
picked that Uzama.
Oh yeah.
Felix Duke Uzama.
Okay, that makes sense. Edge rusher.
They did what we did, so like we were ahead of the trend. So like we knew.
Yeah.
So it feels like if we didn't pick Murphy, then they would have picked him, right? Well,
Yeah,
I guess
probably.
maybe Smith.
Yeah, so I guess the first round ends in a flourish of edge rushers then.
Makes sense.
Just kind of some big boys.
I like big.
Big boys at the end of the first round.
So
Nothing
I
wrong
feel
with
like
that, man.
with us picking Murphy, it almost suggests that we are going to go tight end. I mean, there should be a good tight end by the end of the second now. Because Mayer
know,
fell to the
man.
second.
You got
So we still got Washington, Laporta. We could possibly get
Chiefs
Washington.
fans must stop Burrow. I think so. That's what they're thinking. Well, or
But to
they
be fair,
just,
Bengals fans are saying we must stop Mahomes too. I mean, we picked Murphy, so it goes both ways.
I don't know. Is there a player that can get the refs to stop throwing flags?
We talked about this, right? We need a better.
We need to get like Progressive to buy the naming rights to the
No.
stadium.
We need something better than that. We need either like BP or maybe they're not the biggest anymore, but like an oil company or maybe like a pharmaceutical. Maybe
like
Johnson
Amazon.
Amazon. There you go.
Yeah.
Amazon needs to sponsor Joe
The
Burrow.
Bengals. Yeah.
That's how you get the
That's right.
calls.
They need to have like Joe Burrow doing some pack and shipping stuff.
Yeah.
And then the NFL's like, well, he's Amazon money spends better than State Farm money. I guess we gotta let the Bengals win a Super Bowl.
Yeah, no.
Walmart money won 2 years ago, and State Farm money won last year. So we need something to beat both of them.
Well, I guess from a Bengals fan perspective, I feel like this is a bit of a surprise.
Mhm.
But I mean, is there anything you want to add to it?
I don't know. I think you should pull up the big board again.
Sure.
Have you? Has
I forgot to get rid of Nolan Smith.
Have the AI bots been updating that?
I need
You
to
maintained your subscription.
hold on. Let me update this because this is not current. Smith went to Eagles.
Okay. Felix Anudike Uzama. So edge, defensive tackle, edge, offensive tackle, defensive tackle.
And then Brazil, he went right after us. Saints.
Oh, that's right. He went to Kansas State. He's probably pretty excited. Oh, he's from the area too.
Who is?
Uzama's from
Cincinnati?
No, Lee Summit, Missouri. It's 21 miles from Kansas City.
You like the hometown hero move by Kansas City?
Meh. I don't care about Kansas City.
But David does.
Yeah.
All right. I updated the big board. So this is all the stuff that was picked, but I should probably notate that we picked it Murphy. But as far as like people left, you have Mayer, Washington, Laporta.
Oh yeah, let's make a list of the
Second round?
Update the tight ends that have potential second round grades. You ready?
I feel like there's 4, right? It'd be Mayer, Washington,
Mayer, Washington,
Laporta, and
Laporta,
then Tucker, right?
Luke Musgrave,
Oh yeah, Musgrave. So there might be 5 actually. Tucker.
and then Tucker Craft.
Yeah.
And then there's only one third round graded, Luke Schoonmaker. And then fourth round grades are Bretton Strange.
Will Levis, backup quarterback for Burrow. I mean, if he is there in the 6th round, but I doubt it. I wouldn't be surprised if the
Sixth
Bengals.
round.
Yeah,
Sorry.
but I mean, he's not going to be there. But I mean, I'm just saying, like, I can see the Bengals taking a quarterback like in the 6th round
Yeah.
for like a backup. But
Okay. They got Josh Wiley ranked 200th. So that's like a 5th or 6th round.
so get
And
this:
Leonard Taylor, 291.
Michael Mayer, Miles Murphy, they both MM. So it was
Yeah.
like maybe it was a smoke screen all along. I mean, it just goes to show that the Bengals definitely go by their draft board.
Mm-hmm.
They must have had like I feel like they probably had like a top 10 grade on him. Like they must have had him like really highly graded.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably one of those situations like when they had like T. Higgins drafted in the 2nd round. Like somehow he made it to the 2nd round, and then they're like, "What?"
Yeah.
It's probably how they felt about Murphy, is what I'm assuming, because it seemed like Mayer was going to be the guy. Like I was literally 99% confident that we are going to pick Mayer.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, is there anything else that you want to add to this draft, or I guess we can kind of end it here.
I want to do a quick mock draft.
Mock draft?
Yeah, let's see what we
right.
got in the 2nd round.
All right. I could do that.
Just one quick one.
Oops.
Dave's still around. We could let him pick for
Hold on, I gotta reset this.
Minnesota.
All right, so we'll go. We're doing the 2nd round.
Yeah, I can't see it. Oh, okay. You restarted it. Turn on the Minnesota too. In case Dave's around, we'll let him pick for Minnesota.
Yeah, Dave. Who do you want in the 2nd round?
Or is he still online, or he drop off?
I don't know. We'll figure it out when we get around. Wait, who are we looking for? The
Yeah,
Vikings?
just turn it on. Vikings
right.
and the Bengals.
All right.
In case.
Will Levis went first to the Steelers.
Oh, he said he wants Joey Porter. Well, we'll see who your choices are.
Wait, do they even have a 2nd round pick?
Who, the Vikings?
Yeah.
No 2nd round pick?
I don't think they have a 2nd round pick.
Oh, sorry, Dave.
Hold on. It doesn't look like. I don't think they have a 2nd round pick.
Oh.
Yeah, that was an evil trick that we did. I'm sorry, Dave. I totally blame Eric.
Yeah, it's my fault. I assumed that they had a 2nd round pick. It's on me.
We're toast. Wow. This is like a nightmare for us. It's like like a whole run of tight ends went on. So like DJ Turner is the best available corner. I guess Antonio Johnson if you want a safety.
Yeah.
Nathaniel Dell for receiver.
No.
There's that running back from Texas A&M, possibly worth a second. round pick.
I think it's too early for him.
Yeah. Maybe Matthew Bergeson, tackle.
No. What else we got?
Tre'Davious, or however you say his Hodges Tomlinson. That might be worth a second round pick. Or Darius Rush, maybe.
Darius Rush. Who's that?
That's a corner. But
Let me
he
look him
might.
up.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I mean, if everything goes by this mock or the simulation, then we might be screwed. But I don't see this actually happening.
Yeah, you think that there are going to be
Four tight ends? That's crazy.
taken in the second round? I mean, anything's possible, but I doubt it.
Yeah, because it went Mayer, Washington, Musgrave. Wait, hold on.
Laporta?
I don't see him. Hold on. Maybe he's not
Can we
rated.
pick him? Pick him?
Oh, no, he's not there. We could get Tucker Kraft. He might be worth a second round pick.
Ugh. I don't
Somehow
like
I'm
that
missing
idea.
Laporta. I feel like. Yeah, Joey Porter Jr. went to the Cardinals at 33 in the simulation. Where did I miss
Maybe.
Laporta? Oh, it's right after Musgrave. Okay. Yeah, he went to the Dolphins.
Oh, okay.
Here, let's just do it this way. Here, hold on.
I don't like these results.
Yeah.
Restart it.
Yeah, we'll do 3 rounds, and then we'll do. If you're still there, David, you could do the 3rd round. All right.
Assuming the Vikings have a 3rd round pick. We could be wrong on that too.
Oh, that'd be horrible.
All right, you cue it up. I'm gonna run to the beer fridge.
Okay, there we go. Sam Laporta. He's there. I mean, we're picking him. I don't see where we don't pick him at this point. I mean, holy shit. Since Eric's away, he has no choice. I'm going to pick him. All right. I'm thinking the Vikings will be the next pick. There you go, David. You have Herberg. Let me know what position you want to look at. But you have Herberg, Hodges.
Yeah, I think you need to slide it over a little bit.
Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying. Hold on. Yeah.
There you go.
Got Mims. A lot of Bengals fans actually like Mims too.
Mims?
Trice, Sevilla. 24th pick in the 4th round or 3rd round. Is that what it equates to? That looks about right. I'm going to say that's yes. Tanks, Bigsby, Spears. Seems like he was interested in a corner.
Mm-hmm.
I like Tomlinson because he kind of reminds me of Hilton. I guess there's Kobe Turner too if you're looking for a defensive interior.
Did you pick Laporta yet?
I already picked him, yeah.
All right. I like that. If we end up with an edge rusher and Laporta, I'd take that any day of the week.
I mean, that's kind of what I thought they were going to do, except I thought it was going to be corner and like maybe a tight end in the 2nd round. But a premier, like, or what I would consider a potential premier pass rusher, right, is what they're going for. You need all defensive positions. Let's see. Corner. Whoops. Safety. Edge. Linebacker. Looks like the best available defensive player. Hold on. Yeah. It's Nick Herberg. Then you got Hodges Tomlinson if you're looking for a corner. Then there's Corey Trice. And then
Yeah,
defensive.
I think we've picked both of those guys for the Bengals. Both of those
Yeah.
corners that
Yeah.
ended up in one of our mocks.
Safety. Ojomo.
I like Ojomo.
Garrett Wilson. He's only, I think he fell a lot because, like, I guess he had an ACL injury. I feel like based off of what you were saying before, if they're looking for a corner, I feel like Tomlinson would make a lot of sense. Or maybe Trice if you're looking for, like, maybe a more bigger-bodied corner.
Price
Probably
is
the linebacker?
206.
Let's see. Are you saying Herberg, the edge? Or are you saying
Herbert was
Carl Brooks might? Or do you want Dorian Williams is
Herbig.
technically the first labeled linebacker according to PFF. The edge, okay, I got you.
Yeah, Herbig is like a 64 rank in PFF. 64.
Oh, there you go. All right, so it's us.
Pick,
So we got Laporta in the second round.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I know Mims is kind of popular. Hodges Tomlinson again. Trice.
Mims is I can
Sevilla.
barely see it. Is that a wide receiver?
Trice? Or no, Mims is
Mims.
that's a receiver.
Oklahoma. Yeah, I think we would go between Trice or
Hodges Tomlinson.
Hodges Tomlinson. So let me bring up the details on Trice.
I think he's more of your like stereotypical corner, like built wise.
He's 6'3", so I don't think
he's a
that's
bit
true.
taller.
Yeah, 6'3", 206.
Well, he's like the opposite
40.
of who Tomlinson is then, because Tomlinson I think is like 5'10" or 5. Like he's short. He might even be 5'8".
That seems more like our speed. Hodges Tomlinson.
Yeah, but like the film I watched, he just looked like a playmaker.
He's a 5'8", 4'4" guy.
Yeah. Oh, 4'4".
Yeah. Oh, this is the guy that we said was kind of like
Hilton.
Hilton, yeah. Yeah, I think that's who we would pick. We like short, fast. We would take short and fast over tall. Even though you're like a 1/10 of a second difference.
Makes a big difference on the field, though.
Yeah.
Or a 1/10 of a second is a lot when you're racing.
Okay, here you go. Hodges Tomlinson comes downhill out for blood. He's going to attack the catch point without a hint of hesitation.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's like Hilton.
Yeah. No, I think Tomlinson's our kind of guy. So that's
so with our mock draft, we got Murphy obviously in the first. Then we were able to pick up Laporta in the second, and then Hodges Tomlinson in the third. I think that's a solid 3 rounds.
Yeah, because I like that because I think we can find a slot receiver and a running back in the 4th and 5th round.
Yeah. What time is the draft tomorrow?
I think it starts at 7.
7, same time, or I guess a little bit earlier.
Right, yeah. 7 my time, 6 your time.
So so that's about an hour earlier. Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, is there anything you want to add before we?
No, we can sign out. Hey,
right.
Dave, thanks for calling in, contributing.
Yeah. Thank you, David. Appreciate it, man.
Checks in the mail.
All right. You guys have a great rest of the night. We'll see you later. Peace.